Well, hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar for the Empowerment Funding Group. We are going to go over non-credit required financing, which businesses like yours are offering to your customers or clients who cannot afford to make a full payment today. So we want to show you how to utilize this platform to increase your profitability and take your business to a whole nother level. To do a brief introduction, my name is Monica Smith. I'm the Regional President of New Business Development for our team. And my goal today is to show you how to turn individuals who cannot afford to pay today into actual paying customers today. Now let's face it, people today in this economic mess we're in are broke. The average American has a balance of around $500 in their bank account. Necessary purchases are definitely prioritized and luxury items will be exercised. High expense is relative. A $300 charge might be a lot to swallow for some when it is an easy payment option for others. So what is the solution? Well, you want to offer financing. Your customers can actually afford to make payments over time. Now, the average American has a credit score of 550 to 599, but when it comes to traditional financing, if you're with GE Capital or Wells Fargo and you offer traditional financing, those customers, or those companies I should say, they require that your customer would have a 680 credit score or higher in order for them to be approved or get a full approval. So what's happening is businesses like yours are losing customers in droves because they can't afford to make a full purchase and their credit is not allowing them to get approved. The majority of America does not fit the mold of traditional financing. So we have to offer options where people who are still working can make payments. They just can't afford to make a full payment today. So traditional financing options must be widely available. Traditional financing limits accessibility or acceptability due to high credit score requirements. Many declines also due to a high debt to income ratio. You can also allow your customers to make payments, but this is a high risk. It can ruin your relationship with your customers due to non-payment if they're not able to make a payment to you each and every month. And it also leaves you, the merchant, waiting over time to receive a full payment. You can also turn business away, but this is not helping you, the merchant, nor is it helping the customer to gain. Narrow payment acceptance options result in fewer customers. So you need to have options available if you intend to stay in business. You still require something more. So at EFG, you can offer no credit required financing to your customers, offer them a way to make purchases up to $5,000 and finance it on a single transaction. So what you're doing essentially is you're turning lost sales into money into your business bank account. You're allowing your business to market to all walks of life, including the majority of the American public that have absolutely no credit, have horrible credit, or are maxed out on their credit cards. This program is not in competition with traditional financing programs at all. And marketing this program will remove the stigma that certain retailers have of offering only OAC financing, which is traditional financing. And this will result in more foot traffic in your door. So let's say you do offer GE Capital or Wells Fargo and someone is declined, or maybe they are only partially approved. If it's $1,000 that you're trying to get a sale on and they're only approved for $500, you can utilize this platform to either get the other half of that $500 sale, or you can do a full transaction of that $1,000 sale strictly through this one platform. This service will differentiate your business from your competition, giving you an edge in your industry. So how does this work? Well, approval is mainly based on the customer's checking account history, not their credit report history, but their checking account history. The customer must have valid ID, they must have a personal check, and they must be employed or at least have proof of income. So these are the steps. The customer is going to fill out a customer agreement form with minimal information. It's about 7 questions on a form about the size of a check itself. They will choose if they want to make a payment. Their payment's 3, 6, or 12 months. The customer decides this. The customer will make a down payment of 25% of the total amount being financed. So if it's a $1,000 charge, they're going to make a down payment today of $250. So what happens next is you, the merchant, you're going to call the check center for an approval. It takes about a 5 or 6 minute approval process time for that all to go through. The merchant is then going to scan the customer agreement form through the equipment that will be provided to your business. The customer's initial payment is processed today. The remaining payments begin and continue every 30 days. The merchant, though, is funded a complete and full payment within 72 hours. So, if this is a $1,000 transaction, the customer has made a $250 deposit. Those funds will hit your account. Within 72 hours, the balance of $750 will hit your account. So not only did you help a client or customer get the services or product they needed, you didn't have to wait for that payment, you didn't have to turn that customer or client away because they were not fully approved or approved at all. And not only that, you get those funds in your account within 3 business days. This is really a no-brainer if you ask me. So industries that we're having great success with in this program are auto sales and repair, home decor, home improvement, sporting goods, law offices, beauty, accountants, veterinarians, computer sales and repair, office equipment, photographers, medical, funerals, and more. I want to kind of backtrack just a little bit on the law offices. We help a lot of businesses, but what we have found in doing this particular business, when we speak with those in the law profession, many of these people or these businesses have unpaid debt. Their clients owe them receivables of at least $20,000 or more. So if you're in business and you have receivables of $20,000 or more, that money is just sitting there. And usually it takes about 3 to 6 months before you actually send that off to collections. So let's save face and keep our clients and help them get into a program that makes those monthly payments and also get our receivables paid. It just makes, once again, common sense. Down Payment Assistance Program. Now this is a great program where no credit is required for a down payment assistance program in the auto sales industry. Many times a bank will require that a customer put down 10 to 20%. If the customer is short on funds or doesn't have that down payment, this platform can make the difference between you and auto salesperson closing a sale and or losing a sale. No lien will be placed on that customer's vehicle. And just as with all other industries, the customer chooses to repay the loan in 3, 6, or 12 months' time. Here are some frequently asked questions that we get from time to time. How long is the lease and are there any prepayment penalties? And this is for you, the merchant, because the equipment that you receive, you will have that on a lease program. Now the lease is usually 48 months, but we do have 24 and 36 month options available, and your account manager can definitely go over that with you. There aren't any prepayment penalties. In fact, we show you how to pay your lease off in 12 months or less. Well, how long does it take to implement this platform into my business if I do decide to sign up as a merchant with your company? Well, the normal process is 5 to 7 business days. If we have all the necessary paperwork submitted, the account manager can give you that short list of information on your follow-up call. I have multiple locations or discounts offered. Yes, discounts can be offered to multiple locations. Will training be provided on how to use this system? And most definitely. Once the equipment arrives at your business, you will receive training on how to use the system and how to submit applications for a quick review. Are there any transaction fees similar to processing credit cards or even using traditional financing? Not at all. That is the main benefit to our program our clients love. You will receive 100% of your money, and we even show you how to pass the monthly lease on to your customers. How do I get started? Well, at the end of this presentation, you will want to contact the account manager that invited you to view this webinar to get started right away. Another most commonly asked question we receive is, what are the rates charged to the customers or clients who receive financing through this platform? And the answer is simple. Rates start at around 10% and it goes up based on the term of the loan. Term meaning 3, 6, or 12 months. The rates are no different than what a credit card charges. And you must also keep in mind that the kind of clients that this targets are often those who cannot receive traditional financing, since we are not reviewing their credit history in many instances. It puts us at a higher risk, so no fees are so those fees are charged accordingly. Again, since we are not reviewing their credit history, it puts us at a higher risk, so fees will be charged to the customer accordingly. And also keep in mind, this is not designed to put your customers in debt, which is why we only have terms up to 12 months. Now, the approval process necessary for you, the merchant, to join this program. You must complete our application. You must provide a copy of an imprinted, voided business check, and this is where you want the money to go to your account. You must provide us the first page of your 2 or 3 most recent business checking account bank statements. You have to provide us valid proof of your identification, and we also ask that you have patience because your approval will be complete within 3 to 5 business days. Now, this just shows an average of how we're helping merchant sales to increase on a weekly, monthly, and annual basis. So let's say you're in auto repair. We've averaged at least $67,000 in additional revenue for those businesses in a year. General retail sees around 73,000, heating and air around 142, 143,000 in annual revenue. Additionally, in dental medical offices, on average, are seeing almost $66,000 on an annual basis. So go ahead and get started today. You want to contact the account manager that invited you to this webinar. If you have any additional questions, you can speak with your assigned representative or feel free to reach out to my office. Once we receive your full package, we will begin working on your behalf immediately. If you start now, you'll start seeing results one day earlier than if you start tomorrow. This is not for those business owners that are into procrastination. If you are losing sales, if you're having to turn customers away, or if your customers are going to your competition, you need to implement a platform that's going to keep your customers right there in your store, in your doctor's office, your practice, in your law office, wherever industry you're in. Your goal is to keep your customer right there. Turning money out the door is not your goal, but what we have with this particular platform will allow your customers to not only afford your products or services, it will allow them to afford your products or services today. So again, reach out to your account manager and get started as soon as possible. I want to thank you for your time and your attention, and I wish you nothing but much success and many blessings. Again, we look forward to talking with you very soon. Have a very prosperous day.